Hello everyone, it's a little bit late this Saturday. It is currently 11:20. As you can tell, I am still full of germs. So I'm just convinced it's the coronavirus. So if my videos just stop, then I'm out. I want to make it short and sweet. Obviously, I want to get this out. If you can have a look on the left-hand side of the screen, those are my selections for the remaining ITV races. I've now obviously been informed that Jerry's back is a non-runner. But I think the ones that I've got there, I think they've got a decent opportunity today. It's a bit of a weird day. Sort of, it tends to be relatively odd. A couple of weeks prior to the festival, there's no major superstars out. Those that are intending to go to the festival, they're tucked up. They're, being handled with kid gloves. I mean, there's decent enough racing. Money's money if we can get a little bit of profit, but it's selections based on the fact that there is ITV Racing today, as opposed to races that I would be adamant having a bet in if it weren't broadcast on TV. So obviously grab a pen, grab a bit of paper, have a look at them, see what you like the look of, make a note of them. I'm not going to go into them. However, there are a few horses away from the sort of ITV action today that I do like the look of. The first of which is relatively soon. It's in the 125, I think it's at Lingfield. And I think I like the look of Dazakam. Stella Barkley, the trainer, I think she's grabbed a recent success. And has she's grabbed a couple. She's had 2 winners out of the last 8 horses she's sent out. Looks a really competitive race, but the horse is on a ridiculous mark. This horse has actually competed in listed company back in 2018. And you now see it lining up in a Class 6 race. Obviously, the form figures are up, down, left and right. But if this horse has shown anything like its best, it will demolish a field like this. For those that watched my videos, they know that I'm a fan of Callum Rodriguez. Predominantly when he's riding at Newcastle, however, he obviously has ridden winners elsewhere. I did have word for Superseded as well in the race. Take that with a bit of pinch of salt. So apparently, word on the grapevine, that's going to run relatively well. But for me, I think Dazakam, currently best price at 9-2. If you can get 5-1 anywhere, I think it's probably worthwhile having an each way bet to nothing to at least get your money back for your place. That's the first one. The second one that I like the look of is running in the 218 at Navan. If I bring that up now, the 218 at Navan. Oh, Navan's been abandoned. I completely forgot. Oh well, saves me a job. Elsewhere as well, I also like one at Meydan, which is over in the 205. I do quite like Meydan. I think the form, any course form there is pretty steady. And that's why I like them St Anne's. You've got to respect Doug Watson, who sends horses here to Meydan relatively regularly. And I think he has a really good strike rate here. 11-2 for a course and distance winner. Reasonable handicap mark as well. Put in a decent effort last time out to finish 3rd. The draw's not too bad in Stall 8. He's not out in the car park. Despite the fact there's only 8 runners, so he's not going to be detrimental in that sense. And Sam Hitchcock, obviously, more than capable jockey on board. 11-2 again. Lytham St Anne's 11-2 for a bit of profit each way for a place as an each way selection also goes in there. Elsewhere, what else have I got on the list? In the 455 at Lingfield is actually my nap of the day. I really like the look of, if I bring that up there, in the last race, it's just under 2 miles. It's 1 mile, it's 1 mile 7.5 furlongs, so it's practically 2 miles to be fair. But I really like the look of Montgenny. I think 11-1 right now is a ridiculous price. Ian Williams is more than capable in terms of, he has winners left, right and centre. His yard's not in the best of form at the moment. However, if you look through the horse's previous course form here at Lingfield, it includes, let me have a look there. So yeah, Lingfield form, it's 1 run, 1 win. That was off a mark of 78. Over today's course and distance, it returns off a mark of 73, so it's £5 better off. Unbeaten at the racecourse, from a trainer in a yard who know what they're doing. And I think 11-1 is ridiculous. I'm actually shocked to see that it's that price now. Whether or not he's taken a drift in the market because clearly the connection think he has no chance, time will tell. But I think 11-1, especially if the 8 runners stand and you can get the first 3 places, that's ridiculously generous. And last but not least, the final selection I like the look of comes in the evening meeting at Southall. It's in the 6:30. Now, it's really frustrating given a horse like this, simply based on the fact that there's 7 runners. I think Dawn Trooper is a cracking each-way selection. However, with there only being the 7 runners, there's obviously only the 2 places. Now, it's one of those that I think the horse is going to go pretty close. Whether or not it's the idea of a winner, especially at 25-1, is obviously really hard to gauge. But equally, if I don't mention this horse and it romps in at 25-1, I'm going to absolutely kick myself. If you look through the horse's form, it's been running over hurdles and he's had a pretty poor campaign. However, if you ignore any of its sort of runs over obstacles and you purely look at its all-weather form from when it was in Ireland, its Dundalk record is ridiculous. I think it's had 5 all-weather starts and it's included 3 seconds and a win. The horse clearly acts on an artificial surface. It's not raced on an artificial surface for a good while. I think its last run on an artificial surface was back in December 18. That was when it was with Jim Bolger. It won off a mark of 72. It's running off a mark of 80, so obviously 8 pound higher. However, it did finish second twice off marks of 81 and 84. So I think that it's well within its grasp to sort of take a hand in a race like this. The race itself doesn't look ridiculously stacked. You know, alright, it's a class 4. But I just think at 25-1, I think, like I said, if there was 3 places, I'd be all over it for an each way bet. Because there's 2, I've got to err on caution. But I have to mention it because it's there. Maybe tonight isn't the night, but it's definitely a horse that if it doesn't do anything this evening, I would definitely put it in its tracker and keep an eye on that for when it runs on the all-weather again. So those are my 4. Hopefully in that time you've been able to take a little note of my ITV selections as well. Again, apologies for it being so late. Apologies that I'm still full of germs. Fingers crossed for a bit of success today. And all the best if you're following. Thanks a lot.